This is Chavo Guerrero Jr. Listen to the Wrestling POV podcast. You guys truly bring the Latino heat. Viva la raza.
Wrestling POV is preposterous, is obnoxious, is atrocious, is ridiculous, is churlish, is interesting, but stupid! Wrestling POV is your point of view, bring you 20 years of change in the wrestling business. From the spotlight to the polls, from birthdays to hot tech news. Wrestling news, rumors, and injury report. Covered by the greatest in the whole damn sport. This week in wrestling, who made the book? 5 second shuffle, pay-per-view, point games. Love, peace, and wrestling is what they're all about. So sit back, kick back, and hear them all out.
We are back, fellas.
Money in the bank.
Sir. Ching.
Yeah.
Money, 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 money.
Last pay-per-view that we're doing before the contest.
Yes, before we get our NASCAR rules back.
Yeah.
Going for the race for the championship belt.
If you're not familiar with NASCAR rules, look it up. That's all I'm going to tell you. I can't explain no more than that. I mean, it's not hard, though. It's not difficult to play.
No, it's just basically a point system.
Yeah.
That you get points for every place that you get in from 1st to 10th.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Simple as that.
And but it forces you to play smart.
Yes. And every month.
Yeah. And forces you to play. Oh, and there's another I want to talk about. I told a friend of mine about the game, and I explained it to him, and then I pretty much said, hey, it's pretty much you guys, the fans, everybody against the Wrestling POV crew. So he came up with this. He said this to me, and I told him that's not the case, because us ourselves, we play for pride. We play because we want that grand championship. So he was saying that it wasn't fair because, like, let's just say, like, if Rick picked where's the card at? Drew versus not Drew. It's Lashley versus Kofi. So he said, like, he goes, so what if one of your friends, like, let's just say we'll go with Rick. He goes, what if Rick picks Bobby Lashley and he maxes out his points, and then another one of your guys picks Bobby Lashley and picks just some of the points, and then the other guy picks Kofi for all of the points, and then, you know what I'm saying? So he was trying to say, like, we were going to cover everything within ourselves.
Oh, hell
no. No.
No, I know that, and that's what I'm trying to reiterate here. Is like, no, we're playing.
I want the championship. I want it.
Because it's called on the belt, it says undisputed champion.
Yeah.
Which has never been done on Wrestling POV.
No, if we played like that, that'd be near impossible.
Yeah.
Like, for somebody else to win. So no, we ain't doing that.
No, and I didn't think of it, and I should have, because there is always one person that will look at it like that. Well, if it's us against you guys, then you guys can pretty much cover, all the variables and all this other shit. And I'm like, well, first of all, there's 5 of us that play on the team. And I don't know, that'd be kind of hard to do, especially now with Money in the Bank. Okay. With the men's and women's. I mean, there's how many, 6 or 7?
8.
There's 8. Yeah. There's only 5 of us. So even if one of us picked, we're still short 3. So no, but other than that, though, we play because we want that title ourselves.
Yes. Right.
So, but but the thing of it is that if the Wrestling POV crew is 1 through 4 or 1 through 5, then y'all didn't beat us.
Yeah, suck.
That's the part. That's the part. But as far as the championship goes, hell, I'm playing for myself.
That's right.
So, and this is the last one.
Yes.
This is the last one pay-per-view before we start, because after Money in the Bank, it's SummerSlam.
Yep.
And
also, I'd like to announce that Money in the Bank, the winner will get 5 additional points towards their SummerSlam pay-per-view points game because they're going to get to cash in.
So you can cash in those 5 additional points towards SummerSlam. So you're going to want to play this one. Yeah, man, I'm psyched. I'm pumped.
Yes, for sure.
Absolutely.
And I'm ready. So
I was born ready.
All right. So this week we have Liv Morgan for our spotlight. Rick.
All right. Liv Morgan in the spotlight. Should Liv Morgan win the Money in the Bank ladder match? Well, if you're asking me, Liv Morgan shouldn't even be in the WWE. Yes, I said it. She shouldn't even be there. Well, when you look at it this way, and this is why I'm saying it this way.
Wow.
When you look at it this way, Liv Morgan is the least skilled, in my opinion, of the Riot Squad.
Damn.
I got Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, then Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is the only one in WWE out of the 3 at the current moment. Well, the other 2 got released. Sarah Logan had a baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's, for me, I don't think Liv Morgan should win the Money in the Bank, let alone even be in the WWE if the other 2 Riot Squad members are out.
Jeez, man.
Liv Morgan has been there since 2014. She's 27 years old. She's okay. But Money in the Bank winner, champion? No, I don't see it. Not in my opinion. Not in my POV. Clay, what are your thoughts?
For me, like, looking at this, it would be different for Liv to win. It would probably be unexpected out of most people. But does Liv need to win this? I'm like you. I agree with her not looking as champion. I don't see her as a women's champion, but I think she belongs in WWE. I really do. I think she's talented. I think she's got some skills, but as champion, I can't see it.
Wow.
Tony?
So,
I somewhat agree. I think she is talented. I think it's there. She has the look for sure. I think it's she has the right character. Okay. I'm going to put it to it this way. She has the right character. She's still learning how to be that character. She does have potential to be champion. She does have potential to be a big star. It's just right now she's still finding it, and she's still trying to find it. I do agree. Was she the less talented out of the 3 of the squad there? Yes, she was. But obviously they see something in her to keep her there, and got rid of fucking Ruby and Sarah Logan. Should she win Money in the Bank? Oh man, I don't know. I mean, because they got a year to cash in, they've been I guess how you say, pushing her a little bit with some wins, and she needed that. But in front of a live crowd, I think we need more time than just that one night on SmackDown to see how it's, if it's working, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I see it in her, but I can also see she's still trying to figure out how to be that character.
And let's not forget, WWE likes to do this little swerve where someone looks like they're about to get pushed and they get pushed off the ladder at the last second and they lose the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah, just to piss people off.
Yeah.
Vernon Hampton says, I feel like Liv Morgan is similar to Shelton Benjamin. Physically, verbally good, solid work, just okay on the mic, and WWE doesn't know jack shit what to do with her. I couldn't have disagreed with a comment more than that. Because first of all, he compared her to Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
And then he says
technically is not even close.
Not even close. Physically, verbally good? No. Solid work. I'll agree with that, but I think that's just it. Just okay on the mic, and WWE, they do know what they're doing with her. Also wouldn't have kept her. Okay. Yeah. But her mic skills, they're actually improving. They are actually improving. I will give them that, but damn. I don't know. I don't think I don't think so. Ernest Holton Jr. said she should win the Money in the Bank contract and cash it in on anybody or anyone who is champion. Damn. Darren Metzler said no. No, not happening. I don't know. She's still got a long way to go. I think, Rick, you mentioned that she's 27 years old.
Yeah, she is.
So I think the whole thing of her trying to find it needs to happen like a couple years ago. So who knows? Maybe she slowly developed. I don't know. But what I do know, should she be with it? No, I don't know. No.
And I can tell you this.
The potential is there.
82% of the people say, yes, she should win the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Wow. But you know what? And the reason why is because it's exactly what you just said. WWE is known for freaking hyping up these people and then having them lose last second just to get people to think that that's who's going to win it.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to see Liv Morgan at the top of the ladder.
And somebody's going to push her ass right off.
Yep. Exactly.
Ronda Rousey.
Pregnant Ronda Rousey.
With her belly. Get in my belly. Got one in there already. All right. That is your spotlight for the week. Next week we'll come up with another one, and then you guys just come on in and chime in and do all that other shit. All right, let's go straight into our Facebook post. This week we have, should Rey Mysterio bring back the LWO? There was rumors out there that that he wants to bring back the LWO. And if you don't know what the LWO is, the LWO stands for the Latino World Order. Back in WCW, it was okay. I mean, I don't think it was nothing near the NWO. But Josh Sanders says, sure, add Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo, and Zelina Vega. That's a good pick. But should they bring the LWO back? It depends. I don't want to say no and I don't say yeah, but it depends on how they work it.
Yeah.
If they can make it work, then hey, by all means, go ahead and do it. That's all I say. Juliet Pinky says, hi guys. She just wanted to say hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi,
hello.
Juliet. Hi. Charles Basil said, I like both, and they should because have another group. What the fuck was that? Jesus. I hate it when people write like that. Jesse Luciano, he said the Mysterios and the Lucha House Party. No.
Oh, no.
Justin Fleming, he said bad idea. He didn't like that idea at all. Anthony Gouliet says, why? It's been dead a long time. Jesus, man. And Adam Moody, he says, no, just leave dead WCW gimmicks alone. Wow. Oh, my Lord. Clay, what are your thoughts, man?
You know, for me, looking at this, should they bring the LWO back? I wouldn't mind it. It'd be interesting if, like you guys said, or we all said, if it's the right people, like the right core to make this work, and the Mysterios just, I don't think they can make this work. I really don't. Like with Ray's talking, he never was that great on the mic. He was decent, but he's just, I don't see him as like a big leader of a group or a faction or anything like that. Now, like I said last week, if you brought Legado del Fantasma up and then add others to it, Santos can make it work. That group can make it work. So I would say, no, I don't want the Mysterios to bring LWO back.
Rick.
After having a week to have this marinate in my equilibrium, I looked at it this way. Exactly.
Right.
Hakuna Matata.
No.
The way I look at it is this. No, they shouldn't bring the LWO back. Only
after all that marinade.
Only bring it back if Rey Mysterio becomes a heel. And I'll tell you why. No one's going to see that coming. No one's going to see Rey Mysterio as a heel. I think Rey can make it work as a heel. He's made it work before in the past when he was with the LWO. I think he can be a really good heel. I don't want to see babyface Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic needs to cover up his face already as it is.
Yeah.
But I really, really like what Josh Sanders said, because I also said the same thing, Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, but he added Zelina Vega, and I didn't even think about that. And Zelina Vega would kill it as a member of LWO, and I think that would be a great addition. I think that's the best addition. That's the number one addition that needs to be part of LWO is Zelina Vega, because La Muñeca kills it. And I think she'll be great for it. So I want to say no for the LWO, but if they make it a heel faction, then I'm all for it. And I think it would work with those guys.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't know, man. I'm still on the fence with it. I'm still letting it marinate. But I'm also open to that idea. Also, with having, I think Zelina Vega needs to lead it though.
Yeah,
not just be the voice. She needs to lead this shit.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. And this, honestly, this would be a good opportunity because I'm sorry to say, like you said, Ray doesn't really cut that great of promos. He doesn't, but he speaks English very, very well. Okay, they can do this thing, and trust me, if they can do it with fucking Apollo, they can do it with Ray. All of a sudden, Ray's like, you know what? I ain't speaking English no more, and then he can just start speaking Spanish. Does Dominic know Spanish? I think he does.
He should.
I would think so.
You would think, right? But
right.
But Humberto, he doesn't know. He knows English. He talks in English, but it's not that great. And Angel Garza, I mean, he see, the thing is with Angel Garza, when he talks in English, that's that Latin sensation that every woman, they look and they listen and they're like, oh my God, look at how he talks. You know what I'm saying? But he's another one. They can take advantage of this by having none of those guys speak English, just speaking Spanish. And then Zelina Vega is going to be the voice. And then, you know what I'm saying? And that would make the LWO work as a heel faction. Not a babyface faction. So
no, they can't do a babyface with this.
No
way.
But I think if they just stick to strictly speaking Spanish and having Zelina be the voice and translating, so to speak, or just saying, listen, no, you don't talk to them, you talk to me. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I think that could work. But keep Lucha House Party out of it, unless they're going to turn. I don't know. Would Lucha House Party be a good team heel?
I can't see it.
I would love to see Lucha House Party be the baby faces to that Latino World Order because, and again, you can't have every Latino in the LWO because then it becomes racist, I feel, because it's just like, all the Latins
it is called Latino for a reason.
Yeah. But I'm saying that you have them all as bad guys. Like, that's not a good look. So you need to have some Latinos as the baby faces. And I think the Lucha House Party would be that, hey, guys, we're here to have fun. We're here to party. We're here to be the superheroes to your villains. So I think you keep them away from this faction and you add Legado del Fantasma. You add Angel Garza. Even Humberto can join the Lucha House Party. You know, he doesn't have to be part of it either.
But Legado de Fantasma, that group, they would kill it in that too.
Yes, they would.
I do believe in that. All right, so another post that we have is name this tag team. Please, wrong answers only, and it is the tag team of AJ and Omos. Darren McNay, he says Ren and Stimpy. Matt Novak said Scrappy and Scooby. He must have been watching cartoons with his kids. Maston Mullins says Team Boring. Todd Lane said pretty high on the white guy. Oh, my Lord. Josh Sanders says phenomenal secret weapon. Shane Beaton said Power and Glory.
We've had that before.
I thought that's what I thought. Yeah. Magnus Leisure says me and my shadow. Jesus Christ.
That's a good one. Shinsuke
Nakamura commented and says AJ Moss.
I don't know.
Oh, Shinsuke. Thanks for the comment, though. Edward Hicks says Dumb and Dumber. William Fuller says David and Goliath. Antonio K says Coco Melon. Jesus, man. Pretty bad. Giant Short, Virgil and DiBiase.
Oh.
Totem Pole, Ebony and Ivory. That's stupid. Denny Kuba says wrong answers only.
Terrible.
Braun Strowman and the little kid. Jack and the Beanstalk. I like that one. Jack.
Dang it. That was mine.
Oh, my God.
I seriously thought of that.
Ron Tenio. Yeah. He says assholes. Montana Tint says 1.5. Laugh out loud. Another David and Goliath. Robin Big.
Yes, that was good.
Old MTV show.
Yeah.
And finally, John Tatum. He says Jack and the Beanstalk. So there you go. Was that your answer there, Clay?
Yes, I was going to say Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Well, they took it from me. I mean, for me, there was a few that I liked. I can't pick just one. Rick, you have a name for him?
Yeah, I got Forrest and Bubba Gump.
Oh my God.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yes.
Because AJ got that twang. You know what I'm saying?
And Omos can love shrimp.
And yeah.
Shrimp. You can boil it. You can fry it. Saute it.
I'm going to do
Shish
a
kebab
shrimp, body slam shrimp, suplex shrimp. That's how you can talk.
That's about it.
That's about it. That's all I got. What other names you got, Rick?
I did have AJ and the Beanstalk.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. And I also got Salt and Pepper.
So, oh my God, that's terrible. Clay, did you have any?
No, I was golden with Jack and the Beanstalk, honestly.
Oh,
yeah, I was like, this is perfect. And then it got taken away.
There you go. All right, so if anyone out there, if you want to have a suggestion for renaming a tag or renaming just one person, drop us a line on our Facebook page and we'll talk about it on the show and see what kind of names we can come up with our damn selves. With that being said, it is time for the wrestling news from around the world. Take it away, Rick.
All right, before we do that, let's get into some birthdays. All right, my one and only birthday this week is because it's a legendary man. It's a WWE champion. Bobby Lashley turns 45 years old.
Damn. Bobby Lashley is 45?
Yes, sir.
45.
45.
4-5.
4-5.
Good Lord, man.
Yes, man.
Why wouldn't you make it? Holy shit.
Yeah.
I did not realize he was that old.
Yeah.
And why is my voice so high up?
I don't know.
Why do people do that when they're talking? They get all excited about something. Their voice goes up an octave. You ever notice that?
Jerry Seinfeld.
What? Why do your voice go that high? Wow.
Well, with all that being said, 45. Yes.
Damn.
45.
I was trying to put bass in my voice. That shit didn't work.
45.
45. Damn. Damn.
With
you
that being
old?
said,
holy shit.
It's now time for the wrestling news from around the world. It is with great sadness that I report that the passing of Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, passes away at the age of 71. He was battling dementia. He was battling his health. It wasn't the best at the moment. But very sad news. He had a couple pictures pop up in the last month where he looked really bad.
Yeah, his son, I think, did a video of him in the hospital.
The last week, right before he passed away, they posted a picture where he looked pretty good.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah. So it's like, it's bizarre. It's like one of those things where it's just like, when it's your time, it's your time. He looked fine, and then it was just like, well, it was his time to go. greatest memory of Paul Orndorff, I have to say, was his big feud with WrestleMania 1. You know, with Roddy Piper, Mr. T, Hulk Hogan. Everybody always talks about the turn of Mr. Wonderful when he turned on Hulk Hogan with the power driver. Yeah. It was King Kong Bundy and I believe Ted DiBiase at the moment, at the time.
And I will say this, though. Paul Orndorff probably was one of the best at doing the power driver.
Yeah, the way I saw it, it was just like legit you know.
Yeah.
And he was very protective of the wrestler.
Exactly.
Because some of those old school guys, they were dropping them on their heads.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was very sad to hear the passing of the WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. I'm sure everybody has many stories. Tony, you have anything memorable of Mr. Wonderful?
I mean, you know what? I'll be honest. The thing with me with Paul Orndorff was his promos. He had that distinct voice about him that made you afraid of him. You believed his bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, as a memorable thing, I would have to go back to the whole WrestleMania 1. He was the very first in the main event. He was the main event at WrestleMania. So, you know, you can't get any better than that. He had a lot of good memories. I mean, a lot of decent feuds. Hogan was I think the best one, I guess, out of all of them. But he had some other ones besides that. I would like to see more. I hope they do. WWE does a documentary about him because I would like to see how he started and all that stuff. That would be dope. Or maybe Kenny Casanova can write a book. Who knows?
Yes, that too. Yeah, and I think for me, his physique, the way he looked like an athlete. He looked like he was superior to everybody else. He looked wonderful. You know, it suited him very well. All right. Moving on, Matt Hardy and Reby Hardy have their fourth child, a daughter.
Yeah.
So 3 boys and now a girl. Now, see, man, why you got to do that?
Well, because he's naming his kids with these crazy names. The only one that sticks out to me was the Bartholomew. He named his.
And he has Wolfgang.
And he has Wolfgang. So that's why I'm asking, Rick. You got to get on top of this shit because you know something I'm gonna ask.
I knew you were gonna ask, but I was like, I looked and I didn't see a name.
There's a name.
I didn't see a name.
There is a name. There is a name.
So
he's got.
I tried.
I'm 100% sure I saw the name out there. I just forgot. I didn't know.
I'm pretty sure I saw it, and I saw it. I think it started with an E. So maybe it's Every. Every's her name. I don't know. They had a baby. Congratulations. That's the name. Congratulations, baby.
The baby's name is Congratulations?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord. All right.
You know what's weird, though? I don't want to call it weird, but they had the baby, like, in the middle of their living room.
What?
And,
Ever.
like, see? Ever. I said Every.
It's Ever. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
See, I said Every. It's Ever.
You were close.
I was close.
Yeah.
Yeah. You missed the letter. And you're a teacher. I don't understand how you missed a letter. What's that got to do with it? No, I have no idea.
I have no clue. But anyway, they had the baby like in the middle of the living room.
Wait,
all
what's
their
the
other
baby's
kids
name?
were involved. Everrise.
Everrise.
Oh no. You turned something beautiful into crap.
Congratulations, Everrise. Welcome to the world.
Yeah, you got released
speaking
and then
of-
you had a baby.
Welcoming to the world, Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Yeah.
He tagged with Austin Theory in a dark match at SmackDown this past week. He even cut a promo backstage and said he's back in WWE.
Yep.
Thoughts?
Yep.
That'd be interesting to see. I would welcome him back. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was weird because it was a tag match against with Austin Theory, who's apparently they're considering bringing him back on the main roster, and Zion Quinn, or is it Zion? XYON? Yeah, we'll go with Zion. And Odyssey Jones. They did a tag match. So they took a lot of people took pictures. So I'm shocked that WWE. I mean, I know they had him there once before, but I'm surprised that they didn't like send him to NXT to maybe develop more.
Yeah.
If they thought that he didn't or wasn't developed to begin with, and that's why they released him. But hey, he's back, so good for him.
I say put him straight into the Intercontinental title picture, and I would love to see him suplex. What's his name? Not Apollo, the other guy.
Aziz,
yes, Commander Aziz.
Commander Aziz.
Put him in that suplex.
Like Commander Aziz.
Yes, that would be legendary. Speaking of British people, now it's time for the NXT UK report with our UK correspondent, Matt Nowak. Matt, take it away!
Welcome back to the NXT UK report. Triple H opened up the show via a pre-recorded segment hyping up the match between Volta and Dragunov for next week. More on that later. But I'll tell you something, guys. Tripp sure knows how to hype up something. And even the least interested fan would want to watch this match after that VT. We cut to the ring in what was a change to WWE tradition. We had a press conference with both Volta and Dragunov taking questions from the media. Obviously the questions were pre-scripted, but it was refreshing to see them trying something different with actual recognised media personalities. Dragunov really struggled throughout the conference to contain his mental issues, with Volta provoking him to near tears at one point. So it's good to see they're continuing that storyline. Just hopefully it's leading to a payoff. This match is building to something really special, and I can't wait, although we may have to wait a little bit longer, because after the press conference, news broke that both men had a backstage altercation and Volta had seriously injured his arm and therefore wasn't medically cleared to compete. As yet, we don't have a date where he'll be able to compete and when the match might happen. I'm not sure if this is part of the storyline or what, but either way, it's something I'll be keeping an eye on for next week's show. In the first in-ring action of the night, we saw a tag match with Oliver Carter and Ashton Smith facing off against Tio Man and Rohan Raja. The match took up a sizable chunk of time of the show, but that was great as it allowed some solid teamwork from both and allowed them to tell a story and progress their feud. Tio Man eventually picked up the win by locking in his devastating crossface on Carter. This was a really good match and I enjoyed every moment of it, to be fair. In a women's NXT title match next, we had Amal challenging for the belt. Satomura took quite a beating in this match and looked very weak at times, although there was no way she was going to lose her first title defence so soon. She picked up the win in the end fairly unconvincingly, but we'll see where that leads. Amal really impressed me in this match. I hadn't seen much of her work before, and purely going on what this match was, she'll be challenging for the title again soon, no doubt. In the main event of the night, Mark Kofi of Gallus, yes, them again, took on Tyler Bate in a Heritage Cup bout. Bate took quite a noticeable weight disadvantage into this match and struggled to use his usual strong offence. But he adapted and late into the second round took the first point. Unfortunately for Bate, this led to Kofi stepping up the pace in the third and dominating the round to level the scores and making the match the next 4 wins. After a few near falls and some solid offence from both men in the fifth, Bate hit his Tyler Driver finisher and retained the cup. He was joined by Trent Seven in the ring to celebrate and to close out the show. Overall, the show, although enjoyable, could easily have passed by without much being missed by fans. Now we've just got to wait out and find out what happens with Volta. Until next week, that is Matt Nowak, and this is the NXT UK report.
Now, I know Matt reported this about Walter and his hand injury. Yeah. Now,
they think it's a work, they're saying no.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So Matt Nowak thinks it's a work. Walter himself has a brace on his hand. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's real or fake.
But I haven't seen the injury, but which hand is it on?
His left hand, not his right hand.
It could possibly be a work. Because in wrestling, when you're working on an injury, you always work on the left side. So if you're working on the legs, it's always the left leg. If you're working on the arm, hand, or elbow or shoulder, it's always the left.
Interesting.
Always the left. Yeah. Yep. It's just
all right.
Just helps you remember. That's all.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We've been fooled once before. But as I'm talking as a wrestling point of view, and that's why I asked. 9 times out of 10, how I was taught is that you always work the left side no matter what. So if it's on his left side, it could be a work. I don't know.
You learn something every day.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Start watching. So when you see it, like, holy shit, it is the left side. Ain't that some shit?
Huh.
Yeah. What else you got?
Yeah, with all that, it's time for Tony's rumors.
Yes, Becky Lynch is reportedly scheduled to be at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. There is no word on if Lynch will make her return at the pay-per-view, but there's reports that as of this morning, she is scheduled to be in attendance at Money in the Bank. So, with that being said, I don't know. Is this a good time for Becky to come back? I have some reports also that, according to Vince McMahon, that this weekend is going to be full of surprises. So
We'll see.
But the only way I can see them working this is if somebody in the back gets beat up. I mean, Christ, they added Tamina to this and Natalia.
Yep.
So for me, if one of them got hurt, storyline wise, and that's the only way, and then they could announce somebody else. But wouldn't that give it away? Like, wouldn't the crowd be like chanting Becky?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would ruin her return.
It could be Toni Storm, but she's scheduled to return, but to make her debut on SmackDown next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know this one, a lot of people's hating on it, and I know, Rick, you're probably jumping up for joy, but WWE Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg is reportedly returning at SummerSlam. The plan for SummerSlam, as of today, was for Goldberg to challenge WWE Champion Bobby Lashley for the title. Goldberg is set to return this Monday on Raw. To set up the match against Lashley. So there's two things about this rumor. One is that looks like Lashley's going to win it.
Yep.
And number two, it looks like Goldberg is one of the surprises, either at Money in the Bank or at Monday Night Raw to challenge Lashley at SummerSlam. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
No, I don't want it. Don't
I don't think anybody does.
No,
Nobody
I don't like it
wants
one
to-
bit.
Nobody wants to see Oldberg.
Ah!
Seriously. It's stay retired, dude. Don't just come in randomly and, I'm going to go for the WWE title. No, get out. Seriously.
Pretty much.
Stupid.
Pretty much. All right. And finally, it has since been reported that Raw will be getting a new NXT superstar to replace Mandy Rose. Aaliyah. Like, we didn't see that coming.
Yes.
But the WWE has something in mind for her. And it might be a role alongside Eva Marie.
Perfect.
So they're thinking, shut your ass.
Stop
Perfect.
that. Stop it.
Aaliyah with Eva Marie, that's a perfect match.
But more to the rumor they're saying is that that she's going to replace Piper Niven.
There you
So
go.
they want to. Well, here's the thing. This is the rumors of rumors that Vince wasn't too keen on the whole Eva Marie idea. Okay, that's first of all. He wasn't. And then when he heard, I guess, the end game of it, then he was like, oh, yeah, that'll work, pal. Or palette. And there you go. So I don't know if Doudrop, I hate that fucking name. If, they're reportedly saying that Aaliyah is going to swap it with Piper. And then she's going to be the new Doudrop or some shit like that. No, it doesn't
Beautiful.
work, Rick.
Beautiful pairing.
Oh, God. That's atrocious, Rick, and you know it.
That could be the new beautiful people.
I mean, if that's the thing, I'm happy for Piper to get out of that shit. if you want me to be truthful.
Yeah, so am I. Rick, you do understand that it's getting harder and harder for you to defend Eva Marie each week, right?
She wins every week. What is there to defend?
Right.
She's the winner every week.
I don't think it's Tony. I don't think it's hard for him. That really does.
Well, something's hard, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
For you. All right, that's all I got for the rumors. Clay, what do you have for injury?
I have no injuries this week.
Sweet deal. All right. Hot tag news this week. It did feature Goldberg. So what are your thoughts on a returning Goldberg versus Lashley program for the summer? It was in the rumors, and apparently it looks like it might be true. So we went to the people. Josh Sanders, again, was very active this week. He says, let me answer for every WWE fan with this. Sucks.
He's right.
I do agree with it. Richard says, I have no interest. Johnny Burke says, not happy. Chris Turbeck, he took your line, Clay. And he says, no more Oldberg.
Wow.
You should be upset.
I am.
As he laughs.
All right. All right, so let's, I guess, final thoughts on this. We touched on it a little bit.
Honestly, I think it's a swerve. I want to believe it's a swerve. I want to believe that Brock Lesnar's music's going to hit at Money in the Bank and he's going to come out and he's going to challenge Bobby Lashley. I want to believe
everybody
this 100%.
wants that.
Yes, that's the match we've been wanting forever. I think that's what's going to happen. I want to believe that's what's going to happen. I think this whole thing with Goldberg is just a swerve to get him hate and heat and no. I don't want to see Goldberg.
No.
I don't know, man. I mean, I hope it's a swerve. I really do. I really do hope it's a swerve. I don't want to see this shit. I don't.
Goldberg's not going to lose. You know that. If he comes back.
And that's what bothers me is the simple fact that Goldberg is not. And for people thinking, what do you mean he's not going to lose? If he's going to lose, no, he can lose. No. Let me tell you something about Goldberg. Okay. The Saudi Arabia show, The Fiend was champion. And remember that match? He did not want to lose to The Fiend. And he said that. You want me to wrestle? I am not losing to The Fiend. And they catered to his ass. And that's why he won that belt that day. Night, whatever. So if he doesn't want to lose, he's not going to lose.
He's going to kill Lashley like he did The Fiend.
I hope not.
If he wins, that whole character for Bobby is gone.
I hope not.
I
don't want to see
I hope
that
not
shit.
either. No.
That's
I'm tired.
ridiculous.
It is.
It's deplorable. Egregious. I don't like it.
No.
Asinine 10, 11.
That one too. Fuck
Turlish. Belongs to the Turlet.
Yes, it does. Turlet.
Preposterous.
It is preposterous. I was
deplorable,
but I didn't feel like it. I'm upset. You can tell in my voice. I'm trying not to go high pitch.
And instead, you started sounding like Dracula.
I know, right?
Like in my voice.
You forgot the 4, 5, and 6. Why? You know what? That's such a stereotype. Why does Dracula sound like that?
Because of the fangs.
the fangs. If you can't make yourself laugh, then why laugh?
I mean, laugh in this dire situation with Goldberg returning. Yeah.
That is true.
Yes.
This is a laughable situation with Goldberg. With the Goldberg. Oh my God. No, please. WWE. I know, Vince. I know you're listening right now. You need a friend? I'll be your friend, Vince. You want me to travel with you and hang out with you and make some corny ass jokes? I'll do that, man. But you have.
Speaking of friends, Biz Marquis passed away.
Oh yes, I heard, man. 57.
You say he's just a friend.
57.
You say he's just a friend.
God. That should have been in your report, Rick.
You got what I need.
Okay, that's it. That's all the words I know. But this is a laughable situation, and I don't think a lot of people is happy about that.
No.
And like I said, well, wait a minute. I was talking to Vince. You guys cut me off.
Oh.
Vince, I know you listen to the show. I know that for a fact. 100% sure. Please don't do this. I'll be your friend, Vince. Just, drop me a line. Hey, pal, I need you to come to Texas next week. I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, I mean, I might need you to pay for it, but I'll be there. I'll be your buddy. I was Kurt Angle's buddy for a while. Okay.
And then he stopped calling.
Yeah, he stopped calling. But don't do this, please. Por favor. That's Spanish for please. All right, that's it for the hot tag news. If anybody else have any ideas for the hot tag news, drop us a line on our Facebook page. We'll consider it. We'll talk about it. Of course we will. With that being said, we'll be back. We're going to take a quick pause. We come back. We got This Week in Wrestling, and then we have the Money in the Bank pay-per-view points game.
What's going on? This is your NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Lio Rush. Make sure you listen to the Wrestling POV podcast. You guys absolutely rock. You're incredible. From the man of the hour, Lio Rush.
Hi, I'm WWE superstar Charlotte Flair, also known as the Queen, and listen to Wrestling POV podcast, and always do it with Flair. Woo!
And we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go to ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingPOV and pick up a t-shirt today for $19.99 plus shipping and handling. We have 5 t-shirts available, $19.99 plus shipping and handling. That is at ProWrestlingTees.com/WrestlingPOV. We also have our shows, Wrestling POV podcast, which you're listening to right now every Saturday on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio for free. That's how you do it, Leo. And we also have, we cover everything WWE. We also have a show called Wrestling POV Global, which appears every Thursday. It's covered by TJ Logan, Elio Canella, and Andy Anderson. They cover everything AEW. They also cover things from New Japan, MLW, Impact from time to time. Don't miss out on that. Also, we have WPOV Quarantine, which appears every Wednesday. We have an abundance of guests that show up on the show. We have random wrestling topics, and we cover the span of wrestling history. We have historians that come on, wrestling legends, wrestling up-and-comers, authors, and so much more. Don't miss that every Wednesday. And, of course, we have WPOV Aftermath, which after every major pay-per-view, we have a aftermath where we go over each match individually and we give our results. And also we crown a champion of Wrestling POV podcast. And we also give out a Turd Award. And next month, starting at SummerSlam, we're going to be doing AEW pay-per-views as well.
Yeah.
And incorporating them into the pay-per-view points game. So you don't want to miss out on these great opportunities to win the Wrestling POV podcast championship, undisputed championship belts. All right. With that being said, Tony, it's time to get raw.
Yes, sir, it is. All right. Low points of Raw for me. My lowest point of Raw was, and I have to look it up, Sheamus versus Humberto Carrillo. The reason why, and I gave it a 0.5. Okay. Rick, you mentioned earlier how WWE likes to hype up something and then all of a sudden they just shit on it. This was one of them. I was happy to see Humberto back. Humberto is a very, very good talent, but they herbed him big time on this. It looked like he was going to get somewhat of a comeback, but I think that injury that happened to him, it wasn't really, it was an injury, but
a knee injury.
He was only out for a week or two, if that. Yeah. And then, that was a nasty fall, number one. Oh my God. I thought he broke his hip. But just the simple fact that they teased him, looked like he was going to get a good run and a good shot at the title, and it's kind of like they took it away. But I'm not so upset because it looks like Damian Priest will be in that picture. Again, I'm just upset because they herbed Humberto because he's a good talent. He's a very good talent, man. And for me, I gave it a 0.5. So, Rick, what's your low point?
Yeah, I had a similar situation here with Sheamus defeating Humberto Carrillo. I gave it a 0.5. It was Sheamus ambushed Humberto before the match, and I think this is just to protect Sheamus and his nose. I think he's still recovering from that. Yeah. But just to be a little bit different, I gave a 1 to Xavier Woods defeating Bobby Lashley. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is ridiculous. He was getting his ass beat the whole match, and a roll-up pin. I was like, this is what we're doing? Not a schoolboy, but it's a roll-up.
But the thing of it is, the champion should not be getting pinned, period.
Not like that. No. Yeah.
Not your heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
No.
Especially. So,
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So, Clay, what's your low point?
My lowest point of Raw was the whole Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre segment with the sword. I gave it a 1. I thought this was ridiculous. Okay, so if last week I recall, Jinder had the Claymore big sword thing.
He stole it, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're telling me that he randomly got a fake one after losing this real Claymore and saying, hey, I cut it in half, and then Drew comes out. Oh, I got the real thing, and then somewhat destroys his motorcycle. I'm like, come on.
He struggled a bit too.
Yeah.
Just a
little bit.
to destroy that thing. It's like
I don't think he knew what to go for.
Right. It's like, Drew, you didn't do that much damage, bro.
No.
So I gave that whole segment a 1. I just wasn't for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. High point. For me, the highest point of Raw was, again, Ricochet versus Morrison. These two guys are tearing it up, and I'm really looking forward to them in that Money in the Bank match. You know there's going to be a lot of crazy shit going on. I gave it a 3.5. To me, it was that good. I am looking forward to what they can do now, but I think they're going to kick it back a little bit. But it might be done after Money in the Bank anyway, so we'll see what happens. Like what Rick said a while ago was that the fans are back, so they're not. They're going to be limited to what stuff they can actually do. So it is what it is, but they can still throw a good match. I mean, think about it. Back in the Lucha Underground days, that shit was dope, man, and they're continuing that here. I don't know whose idea was it to pair them two together, but wait till Money in the Bank. But I gave it a 3.5. Rick, what was your high point?
I also gave that match a 3.5, but I also gave another match a 3.5. I gave it to Nikki Ash defeating Asuka, Naomi, and Alexa. I really, really enjoyed it. I know I was been shitting on Nikki Ash the last couple of weeks, but I really thought this was a good match. I loved everything that happened. I loved Doudrop getting involved with Alexa and Eva Marie. Love to see where that goes. Very interesting. I also have a side note here where Omos, he got some work to do. That did not look good this week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my high points was definitely Nikki Ash getting the big win over Asuka, Naomi, and Alexa.
Wow. Clay, what was your high point?
Highest point for me was, I agree with you guys, the Ricochet versus John Morrison. I gave it a 3.5. Thought this was a really talented match. Looking forward to these guys at Money in the Bank. So they've been putting on great matches. I also, to be different, I gave a 3 to the VIP lounge at the end. I really liked how Bobby was pissed and should be pissed at this
promo he did was probably one of the best promos he's cut so far.
He did great in this, and saying like this whole bullshit with the women and the champagne. This is
which I'm glad.
Right. And it was like, yes, finally somebody is saying it. And it had to be Bobby in this. So he made me look forward to that match with Bobby and Kofi. So I gave it a 3. I thought Bobby did well with this.
He did do good. That was, like I said, that was probably one of his best promos. All right. Overall, I gave Raw a 1.8 this week. Rick, what'd you give it?
I gave it a 2.1.
Wow, Clay.
I also gave Raw a 2.1.
No shit.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah. All right. It is now time for AEW Dynamite.
Boom.
All right. With that being said, it's time for the low points of AEW. My lowest point of AEW was Yuka Sakakaze defeating Penelope Ford. I gave it a 1. How do I say this without being wrong? Well, Penelope Ford can't wrestle. Let's be honest about that. But I want to say this. The stereotypical Japanese wrestler needs to either go away or needs an upgrade. Like, the music all sounds the same. The gear is all the same. Is this because they choose this, or is this being thrown at them?
Yeah. Well, again, you talked about this too on our private message board, and I threw out Billy Yang Wang.
Yes, Jimmy Wang Yang.
Jimmy
Wang
Wang.
Yang. Sorry. To me, one of the best characters I've ever seen.
Yes,
Because there was a reason why I threw that out there, because it was his idea, because he didn't want to be that stereotypical Japanese wrestler. He wanted to be something different, and he did. He knocked that shit out the park. I thought, in my opinion, I thought it was funny because you weren't expecting him to come out and says, "How you doing, y'all? This is Jimmy Wang Yang." I was like, "What the fuck did I just walk into?" But think of it this way. That's true with all of us. Okay. We never expect a Japanese person. Was he Japanese or Chinese?
I think he's Japanese.
I'm pretty sure he's Japanese. Yeah.
Was he? But you would never expect somebody Asian to come out and talk with a Southern twang.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is the God's honest truth. I've met a Chinese dude that spoke with a English accent.
Really?
Yes. Threw me off like a mofo. He was like, "Hey, how you doing, old chap?" I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Holy shit, that's cool." But we don't expect that all the time. It's the same thing like with Spanish too. Think about it this way. You look at a Spanish person, you would look at him and think, well, does he, speak Spanish or English or what? And then he come up with a freaking Jamaican accent. You'd be like, whoa. Where'd that come from? So is it stereotypical? Whose idea is it?
That's what I'm trying to get across. Like, whose idea is it? Does it?
I agree with that, but then think of it this way: we hate, and we all can say yes, and it's fine. We all hate Lucha House Party. I'm pretty sure we do. We don't like it. Yeah. Why? Because it's kind of like the stereotypical shit with the fucking piñatas and da-da-da. And honestly, I did thought that it was someone from the back that came up with that idea, but it wasn't. It was Lince Dorado that came up with that fucking idea. Yeah. And says, "No, I want to go with this." Wait, what? That was your idea? So, it's hard to say whose idea is it and what and where, but there is, just to go back to what you're saying, Rick, what's that one Japanese wrestler, the female one that comes out as Freddie Mercury in AEW? Remember her name? I forgot her name, but she comes out with the mustache and stuff like that. To me, that's not really, a stereotype of anything. She just Freddie Mercury. I don't know, but she comes out to his music too. So I don't know, man. I think there's ideas thrown at them. And if you think of it this way, okay, you're starting at a new job and then they're asking you, "Hey, do you mind doing this?" You're like, "Yeah, well, you want the job and you don't want it to seem like you're being difficult. So about 9 times out of 10, you're going to say, yeah. So I mean, as far as this goes, I don't know. That's a good question, and it's hard to ask that question without trying to sound, you know what I'm saying. And I know how you feel, because it's hard to try to get that wording out to say, why do you got to come out like that? But I will say this: I do like her look. I do. Yeah, I do like it. Okay, I do. But I get what you're saying too.
All right, Clay. I like low points of AEW.
For me, it was Wheeler Yuta versus Sami Zayn or Sammy Guevara.
Sami Zayn was there? What the fuck happened? What I miss?
I gave it a 1.5. I felt like Sammy was too much going into the crowd, like pantering to the crowd, like as he should. He's from Houston. I get that. But just for me, if I was Wheeler Yuta, I would be kind of upset of like a debut type thing. And of course, Sammy got the victory, of course. But I felt like this was more of a Sammy Guevara match than it was the two in general. So I gave it a 1.5.
Wow.
So, all right, Tony, low points.
My low point was the Adam Page promo. He came out with a lot of hype and everybody was behind him, but he needs to work on his promo. And to me, that I wasn't too hyped to hear him talk. I wasn't.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, with the cowboy shit, it's like, all right, stop.
Yeah.
Didn't like it. Just to be different. But Adam Page's promo. Didn't like it.
All right. My highest point, I mean, can you guys guess? It has to be Christian defeating Matt Hardy. I gave it a 3.5. I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was a solid wrestling match. You have the history behind it as well. The only blemish on this match was the finish.
Yeah.
I was confused because Christian was just barely getting it back in the ring for the 9 count. And I think Matt went for another twist of fate, but he botched it. And then it just turned into an unprettier. That was not pretty at all. You see what I did there? But that and Miro's backstage promo was solid. This guy is cutting the best promos. But they changed the belt again, yes. To a white strap with a green, looking like a Bulgarian.
That's his colors, yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like that belt. But come on, people. The TNT belt's only been, around for a year, right? And they changed it 3 times?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. The one for Brody. I totally understand. I totally get it. But I like the black version of it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We had the original. We had the Brody one. We had the black one. And now we have a white one. So there's 4 times it's been different. Because remember, Cody's original one wasn't. Remember who was?
Yeah. And then they kept it, but they did something else to it, right? Didn't they?
Yep. That's when they added the gold to it.
I'll say right after Brody smashed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the same one, but they had added the gold. And then when Brody passed, they retired that one.
Yep.
And
they got the Darby Allin black one.
Yeah. Okay. They got to stop. But I can't believe I'm even going to say this. But I get it from a business standpoint.
It's a good way to make money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Belt collectors like Tony Diaz is going to get it.
buy every single one of them.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Clay, high points of AEW this week.
High points for me was also the Christian Cage versus Matt Hardy. I gave it a 3. These two, I thought, had really good chemistry. They worked a veteran match, did really well with everything, and I'm glad Christian got the victory here. I feel like he still needed to be undefeated. I feel like Christian will go after Kenny Omega sometime in the near future. I'm not saying like right after Adam Page, but if they keep this record going, Christian could be potentially a contender for the title. So I gave it a 3.
Nice. Tony, high points.
I will be different, even though I do agree with y'all. I will be different and say I gave a 3 to Penelope Ford versus Yuka. And I will say, and this is why. Now I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. Because I loved her energy. Never saw her before, never knew who she was, and she made me like her. I like her. And I enjoyed the match because she made it enjoyable. Even though Penelope Ford cannot wrestle, even though this match in a lot of people's eyes would probably say this was terrible.
Who was?
Charles Barkley. But for me, I liked it because she made me like her. She did it in a way I was just like, oh, I like this girl. And then and on top of it, she can wrestle. So I gave it a 3.
Okay.
I liked it.
Now, I just want to throw this out there. On a card for Fyter Fest where you have Moxley, you have Darby Allin defeat Ethan Page in a coffin match.
Mm-hmm.
You have Moxley defeat Carl Anderson. We're going with Christian Cage and Matt Hardy and Yuka and Penelope Ford. That shows you the depth that AEW has. AEW has some depth to it. All right. So let's and also I have to mention Andrade calling out the Death Triangle.
Yeah.
Is he replacing Pac? Because that'll be huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see him lead them.
Speaking of Andrade, do you guys, and this is to me, do you think his English is that bad that they got to do caps
subtitles
with it? I can understand him decent. It's not.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it because it's different.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but I'm just like, his English isn't that bad. But I don't know.
I don't think it's that bad. It's just the accent is just that thick that it makes it difficult to get. I think he can speak English pretty well, but it's just like the accent is just so thick that it's hard to get his G's out there and stuff like that. So,
Gotcha.
but the thing of it is, I was thinking of that too when I was watching his promos, and then I saw the subtitles underneath. I was just like, For some people, I will say this, for some people, they would take offense to that because a lot of them feel like, hey, my English is, what are you talking about? You don't have to do that. So it's kind of like, some people do take offense to it.
I just didn't know.
Did he take offense to it? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but what's funny is that I read it and I was like, oh, that's what he said.
Exactly.
So I was just like, I mean, like, but the thing of it is, like, even if the subtitles wasn't there, I still would have got it. I still would have understood him. Is it kind of like a disrespectful thing, though, or not?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it is, to be honest, because his accent is pretty thick. But I could still understand him either way, though, because that was my upbringing, too, with my grandfather. My grandfather was worse than him, and I understood him. So, I wish they did have subtitles for my grandfather. It would have made conversations a lot easier, but, but no, I didn't take offense to it. I was okay with it, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Overall, I gave AEW this week a 2.1, same as Raw for me.
Wow.
Clay.
I gave AEW a 2.05.
Nice.
Wow.
Tony.
I gave AEW a 2.18 this week.
Wow. All right, Clay.
We are going right into NXT. Low points for me was the Saray versus Gigi Dolan. I gave it a 1. For me, I thought this was honestly kind of sloppy. For me, not necessarily Saray, but Gigi I just don't think she's ready. I really don't.
You don't like Priscilla Kelly?
Not really.
Wow.
Not from this match. I didn't, but that's just me. I gave it a 1. Just was not really into this.
And that drop kick she took into the ropes.
Now the drop kick was pretty good. That I will say. But just
Mandy Rose making an appearance.
That confused me. I'm like,
confused everybody.
Why is Mandy Rose here? And I did like the crowd in the back, like, you don't go here.
Yeah.
And that whole thing. Yeah. So I just gave that whole thing a 1. I was confused. I don't know. Just the whole match I didn't really like. Rick, what was your low points?
I gotta go with Cameron Grimes and this Butler stuff. This
really
garbage, hot garbage at that too. I'm gonna be a Butler. All right, here I am. I'm Cameron Grimes. I'm looking good. Yeah, feeling good. Yeah. All right, Kevin Hart. Yes. All right,
Kevin Hart.
That was my lowest point. Just watching him as a Butler. Also, Adam Cole, Bebe. And Bronson Reed's promo, gave it a 1. I don't know, man. I just don't know what they're doing with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. If this is going to continue, if it's not going to continue, I just hope it doesn't. But yeah,
I have a feeling they're going to keep it up.
Yeah.
As Kyle O'Reilly's promo went out, it's like,
yeah. And just to respond to your low point, which was Gigi Dolan. I think Gigi Dolan and Mandy Rose are going to have issues with each other because Gigi has a black rose and Mandy Rose's name is Mandy Rose. So I think that's where it's going because Saray, or it's possibly Saray because Tony Storm is getting called up and it was supposed to be Saray and Tony Storm. So possibly. So we'll see where it goes. I don't know. I'm excited about it though. I like Gigi Dolan, Priscilla Kelly. I think she's going to be a hot commodity come NXT in the future, though. And Saray is really good.
Yeah, Saray is really good. Tony, what was your low points of NXT?
I have a couple. The first one was Russ and Bobby Fish. Gave it a 0.5. Didn't like it. Didn't care for it. Not digging the diamond mine anyways.
Yep.
But it looks like they're going to throw that in our face. To me, it was just bad. It was 0.5 bad. And again, Adam Cole's promo, hated it. Didn't like it, 0.5. And the thing of it is, like, Rick, you plant these seeds, and then I look at him like, God damn. Yeah. And I can't not unlook it. Adam Cole needs to hit the fucking gym. You're not a badass looking like that, bro. I mean, I'm trying not to sound this, but no, don't. You can wrestle. I give you that, but don't try to act like that you're bad, that much of a badass that you can just beat up. No, it's not working anymore. And I blame Rick for that. You look at Bobby Lashley. If he talks, that promo he did, I shit my pants. I was like, no, stop talking. But he's got the build. He's got the look. He looks ferocious. Compare him to Adam Cole. Seriously.
Yeah.
Who would you be more afraid of? Who would you want to fight with you? For that matter, Bobby Lashley. Not Adam Cole. He needs to hit the fucking gym. 0.5. I didn't like it. I will tell you this, though, as a side note. Frankie Monet, I'm interested to see where she's going with all this shit that she's been doing lately.
Yeah.
That did make it interesting. Really did. High points for me was Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai. I gave it a 3. I thought this was a good match to start the show. I thought these two worked well together. And saying from a guy that's not the biggest Dakota Kai fan, she did really well with Ember. So I had to give her props and kind of excited that she got this win. What's throwing me off, though, is when Xia Li came up and, going to Raquel and kind of diss Dakota Kai was.
But I think that was done on purpose because it looks like they're going to do
Dakota versus
later
Raquel.
on. Yeah. To where, like Dakota's going to feel like no one respects her and she has been winning. So if she wins, it'll kind of bring her point more to where she can say, I win matches too, blah, 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 blah. But, so I think they did that on purpose. But I still, Xia Li, and speaking of Xia Li, she debuted on SmackDown last night.
Wow.
Yes, dark match. She debuted it, and she got cheered.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Huh. Rick, what was your high points of NXT?
It was actually the same thing. I gave it 3.5 to Dakota Kai defeating Ember Moon. I loved the Xia Li challenge against Raquel. Also loved that they dissed Dakota because now Dakota and Raquel is going to have a program down the line.
I don't like her anyway.
Really excited about that. I also gave a 2.5 to Saray defeating Gigi Dolan. I really liked it. I think that drop kick through the ropes was horrific looking, but it looked great. And it was one of those things, like, it looked like it destroyed her neck, and it was just spot on. It was just like, so good.
Yep.
But those are my high points of NXT this week.
All right. And Tony, what's your high points?
My highest point, honestly, and before I give you my high point, I got to ask the both to choose. Now, Rick, I know you mentioned it last week, and I didn't hear from Clay, though. Are you rating NXT a little bit more harsher now because they have won the past 3 years in a row?
Absolutely.
Just a little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Okay.
Because they've won the past 3 years.
Yeah.
It's only fair.
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
no, I agree. And I think, honestly, they're in trouble. And the reason why I think they're in trouble is because the main roster just took a lot of their people.
Yep.
And from what I'm hearing, Karrion Kross and Bronson Reed is next. So they might be in trouble. And I think that's why they're starting to all of a sudden bring, they're doing the breakout tournament and all this other shit. People that are shining that you didn't expect to be shining. It's like, whoa. But no, I have been grading them a little bit harsher too. But my highest point was Duke Hudson versus Ikemen Jiro. I gave it 2.5. A 2.5. It was an average match, but it was the best one for me for the night. The breakout stars. It was good. Let me ask you, how do you guys feel about the whole wearing the jacket thing throughout the match?
That's different. It's different.
It is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I it's gonna take me a while to get used to that. But for me, it was that was the highlight. It was a good match. I thought Ikemen, whatever they're calling him, I thought he was gonna win it, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that jacket fits him. See what I did there?
Not this week.
No, sorry.
Dang
You failed miserably.
That's why you're in the book, Clay. That's why you're in the book.
You have to remind me.
It was close. It was close. I had it right here. It was close.
Dang it.
No, I just took it out the shelf to remind me. All right, go ahead.
Overall, I gave NXT a 1.9 this week. Rick, what'd you give it?
I gave NXT a 2.
All right. And Tony?
I get a 1.5 this week. Wasn't too happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Samoa Joe getting choked out didn't do it for you?
No. I mean, I'm like, all right, well, is he going to wrestle or not? That's where I'm at with it. Because they've been teasing it for a while, and then they're teasing it now again, and it's like, just tell us right now if he is or not.
But what's the deal? Like, everybody wants Samoa Joe, Pete Dunne, Adam Cole, Karrion Kross.
Well, think about it, though. He came into NXT like, I'm the boss, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Samoa Joe came out there waiting to fight. So he was just like, go ahead and touch me, see what happens. He fucking pushed Adam Cole. You know, he did what he did with the other guys. So, yeah. They're teasing it big time, but I want to know if it is or not. Because if you're not gonna have him wrestle, then don't do any of this bullshit. To me, it's stupid.
Exactly.
All right, it is now time for the SmackDown breakdown. Low points for me. Baron Corbin's promo, terrible. 0.5, garbage. I don't want to see it no more. I don't even care where they're going with it. It is so bad. Also, a side note to mention, Toni Storm will be making her SmackDown debut. We said earlier in the show next week. And I have to say the best part of the show was the opening with Vince McMahon. Where the hell have you been?
Yes.
A typical McMahon.
Like,
how you been?
That's all you had to say. Tony, what was your low points of SmackDown?
Who, me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, low points of SmackDown for me was Otis versus Cesaro. Didn't like it. Don't know. I was disappointed. Cesaro did have a big ass pop, though. I will give him that. But I mean, where I don't want to say where they're going with this, but for me, it's like, I don't know. There's something wrong. There's something off about that, about Otis. I'm talking about Otis and Gable. And then to add Cesaro into this, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't like that they added Cesaro to this mix because I think Otis is on a tear. I really like what
that's
Otis
where I'm trying to get at. Yeah,
but
and
Cesaro doesn't fit in there. Yeah,
and just to go off topic a little bit, did you guys hear this rumor that Dax Wilder is petitioning AEW to sign Chad Gable when his contract is up?
Yeah,
and now he's getting more people in AEW to vouch for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. And I think that's why all of a sudden they started showing Chad Gable more, you know what I'm saying? And doing this whole Alpha Academy thing just to try to keep him there. Because maybe, I don't know when his contract is up, but we'll see.
Yep. Clay, low points of SmackDown.
Low points had to be the Corbin promo. I did not enjoy this.
I liked it.
I gave it a 0.5.
You didn't like the fact that when he was talking to Kevin Owens, he was like, listen, Kevin, you donate, you start giving me money, everybody else will follow.
No.
The Corbin
garbage
page.
I liked it.
No. I didn't enjoy this whatsoever. I'm not believing that Corbin's broke. There ain't no way. It's just, I'm done with this whole thing. I don't care where they go with this. So 0.5.
Wow.
Yeah. And high points of SmackDown, I gave it to Seth defeating Nakamura, Big E, and Kevin Owens. I gave it a 3.5. Solid match all around the ring, everybody involved. And you got to give it up for Pat McAfee with this whole Nakamura thing. It's gold. Yeah. It's amazing. It's just great.
You, I'd be pissed off if I was in the front row, though, behind him, standing up throughout the whole show. I'd be like, yo, Pat, sit the fuck down, bro.
That's true.
I'd be all for it. I'd be like,
you would.
Well, you're a fucking giant in yourself, so you can fucking see it. You can see over fucking Pat McAfee.
He's like 6'10".
True. Who, me?
So,
I ain't no 6'10".
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah.
I'm 6'5".
It's a giant.
All
right. Tony, your high points of SmackDown.
Though I do agree with you, that was part of my high point, but I did my high point was Roman and the Usos versus Ray, Dominic, and Edge.
Yes.
I gave it a 3. The opening of this was very, very good.
Yes.
First live crowd back, so of course that was going to happen. But I did. And then of course, if you look on the interwebs, Roman, as he was leaving the entranceway, he gave everybody the finger as he was walking to the back.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's really, really soaking in this whole heel persona he's been doing lately. So I dug that. I saw the video. Somebody got it on video that as he was leaving his back turn, he gave everybody the finger as he's walking back. But I gave it a 3. I will say this, SmackDown for me, the bread was nice and toasty, but the meat and the lettuce, it was pretty bad. So I like the toast, but not the meat and lettuce.
Got you. Yeah. And basically what he's trying to say is he liked the beginning of the show, he liked the ending of the show, but the middle of the show was where the meat was a little bit sour. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Clay, high points of SmackDown.
Yes, I had to agree with Tony. The Bloodline versus Mysterios and Edge, I gave it a 3. I thought this match was, from the start, the emotion was there, the crowd coming back, and it got me kind of goosebumps just sitting there. Like a year and a half without a crowd like that, and you could see the emotion in everybody that came out, that throughout the night, that they were all excited for this. The match, and they should be. The match in general for this was great. I thought the work with the Mysterios and the Usos went well. The whole after the match with Roman and Edge got me kind of excited for this.
Yeah.
And it was there. So I gave it a 3.
Yeah.
All right. Overall, I gave SmackDown this week a 2.2. Tony, what you got?
Before I give you my overall, just a side note, Finn Balor returning. I thought that was pretty dope.
Yes.
Yes.
It looks like the feud will be with Sami Zayn. Interesting to see where they're going to go after that. Not during.
Yes.
I'm interested to see what's going to happen after that. Is he going to go for a title run, maybe with Apollo? Or is he going to go after Roman and not get it? Because I'm sorry to say, he was just a one-day champion. So to have that on your resume as a universal champion for just one day, to me, that's not good. After SmackDown aired, there was a battle royal. And good old Slapjack was in it, but he didn't have a mask. He went by his natural name. Kevin,
was it Thorne?
Thorne, yeah.
Yeah.
He was wearing regular tights, and hey, he didn't have a mask. And apparently Mia Yummy, she's not going by Reckoning. She's going by Mia Yum. When is she going to debut? I don't know. But overall, I did give SmackDown a 1.75 this week.
All right, Clay.
I gave SmackDown a 2.
All right. So right now we have Raw versus AEW versus NXT versus SmackDown. Currently, NXT's ahead 5 to AEW's 4 to Raw and SmackDown's 2. I'm going to go with Clay this week first.
All right. For me, as I'm looking through my notes, I was more invested, and I would say Raw, AEW, SmackDown, and NXT. But with my rankings, AEW was only 0.5 better than SmackDown. So I'm going to have to go with that. I'm going to say Monday Night Raw.
All right. I'm going to be different. So right now I have SmackDown at a 2.2, Raw and AEW at a 2.1, and NXT at a 2. So everything's really, really close. I got to go with the first live crowd we've had in a year and a half. I got to go with SmackDown. I think the energy was just different, and I was really excited to see what was going on with SmackDown. Finn Balor returning was huge for me. Toni Storm debuting next week was good. The Intercontinental, not the Money in the Bank participants at the end was really good, and I loved the opening, and I also love seeing Vince McMahon. And also, got to say, Bianca Belair defeating Carmella was actually pretty decent. I gave it a 2.5, just to throw that out there as well. So I thought SmackDown was the best show of the week. So I'm going with SmackDown as my number 1 show this week. Tony, what you got?
Well, I disagree with a lot of everything that everyone said. I'm totally different from everybody. You got to remember, too, AEW had a live crowd, too. So who did it better between them and SmackDown? according to my notes and what I have AEW that did it better. And plus, like I said, for me, SmackDown, the beginning and the end was the only thing that I liked about it. How I have my notes here is I have AEW, Raw, SmackDown, and then NXT. But between Raw and SmackDown was only a difference of 5. That's it.
Okay.
Raw was 1.8 and SmackDown was 1.75. But I have NXT dead last this week.
Me too.
I just wasn't a happy fan of it. But I'm going off of my notes, which I have AEW, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
All right, so we have a tie right now. So we have Raw, SmackDown, and AEW as our number
one.
Well,
it's safe to say NXT is not going to win it.
Yes, definitely not. So I also have Raw at a 2.1 and AEW at a 2.1. So as my second place, so I'll break the tie. Because I'll like, even though I love SmackDown was only ahead by a 0.1. I'm gonna go with, I'll go with AEW this week. I really thought that the Christian Cage and Matt Hardy match was really that good to get it overall, and I thought it was a pretty decent show with the coffin match as well. So AEW this week is gonna move up to 5. Wow. So it is now AEW, NXT with 5, Raw and SmackDown with 2. So Tony, let's go to the pay-per-view points game. Money in the Bank.
Those that are new to the show, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view points game. And this one has something to it. If you win this pay-per-view points game, you get 5 points going into the inaugural. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Yes,
I did, right?
Yep.
Yay.
Yay.
That thanks, Clay, you fucker. He's like, yay, good for you.
Well, you did it, buddy.
I did it. Yeah. What was I saying now? Oh, the inaugural pay-per-view points game for the undisputed title, custom made, that we got, that we're going to give away. So this is very important to play. You have to be in it to win it. And to add more stipulations to it, we're adding the AEW pay-per-views. And on top of that, it is the Wrestling POV crew versus y'all. Y'all got to beat us. There's 5 of us that you got to go through to get that number 1 top spot.
What is this, fucking Jericho and the Greek mythology shit? Got to go through 5 people?
Yeah, that's where I was getting at. And you just fucked it up. So how you play is not very difficult. Is actually pretty easy. So let's just go with the Raw Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. It's 15 points with the 5-point stipulation outcome. So when we say that, you got to pick if it's either going to be a pin, submission, count out, DQ, or no contest. If you pick a no contest, you cannot pick a winner, but you get the 5 points, while everybody else, if they're picking Charlotte or Rhea to win, they will lose all their points, and you would have 5 to your advantage. So that's the advantage of getting that. But if you did pick a winner and you pick the correct outcome, you get the 5 points, and you can get up to 15 points. Just think of it this way. If you bet all your points and lose, you're going to lose 20 points right off the bat. Okay. But if you win, you can gain 20 points. But do you really want to gamble that way or play smart? Okay. We know Andy Anderson loves to just fucking gamble it all away and play.
He's currently the Turtle Award winner.
And he's currently the Turtle Award winner. Yeah. See, so that's what could happen if you do that and are in last place. But how we're doing the NASCAR rules is, Rick, and correct me if I'm wrong, the first, what is it? The first what?
10 places.
The first 10 places. So if you're in the top 10, you get a certain amount of points in the final tally, so to speak. So you do want to win, obviously. You want to do well. And that's about it. That's all I can tell you. And of course, we do add the Spanish announce table. If it does get destroyed or not, we added that as a extra 5 points, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we ready? Let's get on with this shit.
Yes, let's do it.
These are not in order, so don't shoot the messenger. A recently added match is Rey and Dominic Mysterios versus the Usos. They just added this. Is going to be on the pre-show. This is 12 points with the 5-point outcome. I will start with myself. This one's a very difficult one. This is difficult because they kind of want to keep the straps on Ray and Dominic, but they also want to give it to the Usos. So is it really rewarding to give it to the Usos, especially after what happened to Jimmy? That's what everybody needs to ask themselves. I'm going to say they don't give a shit because they didn't punish him, so I'm going with the Usos. I'm going to go 10 points, pin. Rick, on to you.
You know what? Last time Jimmy got in trouble, they gave him the straps. I'm assuming they give him the straps again. I'm going Usos, 12 points, pin.
Wow. Clay, who you got?
I will go with Usos, but I will go 8 points, pin.
Wow. So the Usos taking it.
Yep.
All right. Up next, we have AJ Styles and Omos. Or Omos. Is it Omos or Omos? I keep hearing some shit different.
You say Omos, and I say Amos.
All righty, then I'm right.
Amos.
For the Raw Tag Team Championships against the Viking Raiders. Rick, you got this one. 12 points with a 5-point outcome.
I'm going to go with AJ and Omos.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think the Viking Raiders going to win. I'll go 6 points, and I'll go pin.
Wow. Clay, who you got? Clay?
Yes.
Your turn.
All right. For me, I got to say AJ and Omos, 12 points, pin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm shocked to hear that from the both of you. I'm a little disappointed.
As you're about to pick AJ and Omos.
Yes, for 12 points, pin. Oh boy, but it makes sense. Up next is for the Raw Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. This is 15 points with a 5-point outcome. Clay, it's on you. Who you got?
You see, this one's kind of hard too, but
oh boy, he lost it. He lost it so much that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyway, he's checking. You good?
Yep. Now I'm good.
Oh, okay. What was you saying?
So
I didn't want to go. Wouldn't have been fair. So that's why we waited on you. Go ahead.
I appreciate it. I would have to say this one's going to be difficult. So I would have to say Rhea Ripley, 10 points, pin.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You know, this one is a difficult one for me, but I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley. I had a thought in my head and I totally forgot it. Damn. Yeah. Rhea Ripley. I'm gonna go 14 points, pin.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I'll go 15 points, pin.
Wow.
Rick.
You know what? I'm going with Charlotte. I think Charlotte wins again. I think she also gets cashed in on. I think that's what's been the thing that's the routine that they've been doing with Charlotte is that she'll win the title. She loses it really quickly so they could add to it. But I'm going to go with Charlotte, and I'm only going to go 3 points, and I'm going to go pin.
You going 3 points?
Yes.
It's like, all right. Up next, we have the Universal Championship: Roman Reigns versus Edge. This is 20 points with a 5-point outcome. I think Roman's going to win this. This is going to. I have a feeling this might even be match of the night, but I'm going to go 20 points, pin. Got to give it to Roman. Got to keep it on him for a long time. Rick, who you got?
Roman, 20 points, pin.
Clay, who you got?
Roman, 20 points, pin. You can't have Roman drop this title.
No,
you can't.
Up next, we have for the WWE Championship, Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. This is 20 points with a 5-point outcome. Rick, is it Rick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who you got?
Yep.
I got Lashley. I'm going to go 20 points. Pin.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Submission.
Clay, who you got?
I was getting ready to tell you. I got Bobby Lashley, 20 points, submission. I feel like Bobby's going to go ape shit and beat the tar out of Kofi.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
20 points submission.
I totally agree with everybody. I'm going Bobby Lashley, 20 points, but I'm going to go with pin. I'm going to go with a pin. Even though I think his submission is suffice because, he wants to hurt him and then pretty much embarrass him. But I have a feeling it's going to be a pin. He might even cheat the pin for a pin is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Up next, the Money in the Bank women's ladder match. Tamina, Natalia, Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Ash, Asuka, and Naomi. This one is 30 points straight up. Straight up. Clay, it's on you. Who you got?
I'm going Nikki Ash.
Serious?
Yes, Nikki Ash, 10 points for the Money in the Bank.
Wow.
Yep.
You said 10 points?
10 points, yes.
Wow. I'm going to go. I'm trying to do a process of elimination. Tamina, I don't see winning. Natalia, I don't see winning.
Nope.
Honestly, I don't even see Nikki Ash, and I'm a fan of hers. I want to see her win, but I don't think she is. To me, it's between Asuka, Naomi, Liv Morgan, Zelina, maybe, Alexa Bliss. Do they really want her carrying that Money in the Bank? I say yes. I'm going with Alexa Bliss. Oh, boy. Alexa Bliss, 20 points.
Wow.
I hate it to even say that. Jesus, man. Rick, it's on you.
I'm going Zelina Vega.
Whoa.
And I'm going 5 points.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Being that you said that, and I was thinking that too, because they brought her back.
Yeah.
They had to, I'm sorry, they had to make that pizza look good in order for her to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that Money in the Bank contract was one of them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be.
It's not a bad guess. It really isn't a bad guess. And I was thinking that too.
Because like you said, why would she go back to WWE when she knew that Aleister Black or Malachi Black or whatever you want to call him goes to AEW? Or Tommy End, yeah. But seriously, like that had to be put out on a silver platter.
But not only that, though, just remember, she was making a lot more money on Twitch. She was very, very verbal about the WWE's policies on third-party stuff. She was very verbal. And she was also very verbal about unionizing professional wrestling. So she kind of left on bad terms when they released her, but they brought her back.
Yeah.
What kind of toppings did they put on that pizza for her to come back? Was this one of them? Or was it, we're going to promise you a championship? Money in the Bank, this is how you're going to get it. This is not a bad guess, Rick. It really isn't. It's smart to bet low, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smart to bet low because you're only going to lose 5. Nikki Ash, though, Clay, I'll give you one more chance. You really want to stick with Nikki Ash?
I got faith. I got faith in Nikki. So
almost a superhero. Like, shut up.
I like it. I like her. Rick.
I'm not saying it's the greatest character in the world, but I feel like she's going to get a big push, especially with a live crowd coming in.
Yeah.
So maybe this is it.
It could be. Finally, the main event, another main event, the Money in the Bank men's ladder match. Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, Big E, Drew McIntyre, Riddle, Ricochet, and John Morrison. This one is 30 points. This one is on me. And you know what? Any one of these guys can get it, except for Jim Morrison or John Morrison. Sorry.
Definitely John Morrison.
Ricochet could get it. Riddle, I think he is the odds-on favorite to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm even gonna hate myself for saying this, but I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. I'm gonna go 15 points. Seth Rollins. Yeah. Rick.
You sure you're gonna go with Seth Rollins? Rumored that Seth Rollins is gonna be fighting Edge at SummerSlam.
He can still have the Money in the Bank.
He still could. That's true.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Remember, he can still have it. He can have a feud anybody wants, as long as he has that suitcase and cash it in at any given time.
All right. Giving you a chance. All right.
I know. I might change it though.
I'm going with Riddle, and I'm going 10 points because I want to see Riddle cash in on Goldberg.
Oh shit.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
But just
Yes.
remember not to be a Debbie Downer, but just remember what we talked about earlier. If Goldberg says he's not going to lose, he won't lose. And that beef he has with Riddle, you say Riddle, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to lose to him. It won't happen. It won't happen. So even though that does sound cool, but I don't think it'll happen.
All right.
Clay.
That really made me happy what you said, Rick.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it made everybody happy.
I was like, oh, yeah. But
Right?
not just because of what Rick said. I am going to go Riddle, but I'm only going to go 12 points for Money in the Bank.
Wow. Rick, how many points did you go
I went 10.
for Riddle?
Yes.
Wow. All right. And the Spanish announce table, will it get destroyed? It's only 5 points. It is on Rick. Who you would you yes or no?
I gotta go yes, right?
You would think, right? With the ladders out there.
Money
and
in the
shit?
bank. Yeah.
Clay, will the Spanish table get destroyed? It's only 5 points, people, so it's either yes or no. You can't wager it.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes, too. It's Money in the Bank. You know they're going to do some crazy shit outside the ring. And, yeah, so there you go. All right.
Now,
so,
if the Spanish announce table is not there, it's only for the regular announce table, right?
oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. That's a good point. So, yeah, if the Spanish announce table is not there, it is just the announce table.
Yeah.
So just keep in mind with that. I have a feeling the Spanish announce table might be there. But if it's there, then it will be just the Spanish announce table.
Yep.
Okay. It won't be the regular guys commentary table. Okay.
Right.
Just to get that across. Or should it be just, it doesn't
Just
matter.
announce table. Yeah, it doesn't
Just the
matter.
announce table?
Yeah.
Well, because the reason why we called it the Spanish announce table is because every damn pay-per-view, when the Spanish announce
was
table is there, it always gets broken. So you know what? We'll leave it at just a regular announce table.
Until we know for sure that
Because if the Spanish announce table, if they're gonna say fuck it and not put it there on every pay-per-view, then we won't do it. We'll just do the regular announce table. But if we start to notice that it's the Spanish announce table, then we'll just go strictly with just the Spanish announce table. So that's a good call. Yeah. Didn't think about that, but that's all right. So that is your Money in the Bank pay-per-view points game. Please tell all your family to play and join. You can win this custom belt. Well, no, sorry, my bad. It is an advantage, a 5-point advantage to SummerSlam pay-per-view for the custom belt that we have that we are going to give away. The undisputed. The very first time we have an undisputed champion, and it's going to take a year to do, people. Just letting you know. So you have to play. If you don't play, you can lose out on so many points while we're NASCARing this bitch. So with that being said, we ready to do the book?
Let's do it.
All right. Those that are new to the show, basically what we do is we put the most ridiculous things that happen in the week of wrestling, and we do it just to get a good laugh. The pandemic era is over. So with that being said, coronavirus.
Take it out.
Finally. Damn, my eraser just broke. Ain't that some shit? It didn't want to erase it.
Well, it's going to.
Finally. Yeah, it is going to. Dragon Breath.
Stays.
Roman's Choppers.
Stays.
Should that be just a lifer? Because I don't think that's going to change, is it?
I like saying it, though.
The Way.
Stays.
AEW rankings.
Stays.
Tony's hatred for Sasha because she sucks.
You still hate her, Tony?
Fuck yeah.
No,
I think Tony's always going to hate her.
Play.
Stays.
There you go. Heyman's googly eyes.
Stays.
He's getting worse every time I fucking see him.
Yes.
It's gold. It's gold. Yeah. Morrison's cock-a-doodle-doo.
Stays.
Dude. Sasha's ghetto laugh. Stays. Apollo's not an accent.
Stays.
Drew's storytelling is getting.
Oh God!
Stop. Stop. It's enough.
Yes.
Baldy Sam, go fact yourself.
Fuck him.
Aziz's jacket.
Stays.
Jake the Snake's choppers.
Stays.
Rick's Debbie Downer.
Take it out.
Wait, was you Debbie Downer today?
No.
I think he was.
Was he?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it stays.
No.
Ricochet's missing gear.
Stays.
Ginger's beard ball spot, bro.
That stays.
Again,
It's so
every
bad.
time when you mention shit, I see it, I pay attention to it. I'm like, wow, that is bad, bro. That is bad.
That is
All right, Vince
Fuck.
Russo, bro.
Yeah, bro.
bro.
It's pretty bad, bro. I just smelled it. It's bad. It stays. Bianca's banana booty butt.
Stays.
And Cesaro.
Stays.
That stays too. So, all right, that's it for the show. Now we have the after the show, after we do the show, we have the 5-second shuffle game. And if you're new to that, basically all I do is I play a random song off my playlist, and these guys got to guess it. And the first 1 to 5 wins. Right now, currently the champion is Clay Cummins. He will defend the title tonight, and he will defend the title if he wins tomorrow night.
Yep.
Yes, I'm calling it right now. And if you play along, that's great. You can guess what it is. And if, hey, who knows? Maybe one day if you're feeling lucky and you can beat one of these two guys, come on the show. We'll put you on. Yeah, well, sure, why not? No, I'm kidding. You won't be on. With that being said, I was just kidding with that one too. I'm sorry. With that being said, I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with the $50 man,
Clay Cummings.
and the third wheel,
Rick Serrano the third.
Love, Peace, and Wrestling. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.
And also now, being that we're here, I am also going to be adding songs that from previous, before WWE started making these songs for these guys, I'm going to be adding some ECW ones too. So there's going to be some new ones that they use normal people songs, and I'm going to be adding them. So probably by next week I should have. Well, actually, I might have them by tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe. All right. All right. So Clay, you are the champion, so you got the champion's advantage. You can either go first or you can pass it on to Rick.
I'll go first.
All righty. Here is your very first one, my friend.
FABULOUS.
Carmella.
Yes, Carmella. Start off with a softball. My God. All right, Rick, this one's for you.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
You want to
The
guess?
Hurricane.
Yes, the Hurricane. I almost didn't accept that one because it was Shane Helms. No, I'm kidding. It was all right, tied up 1-1. Clay, this goes to you.
Is that Elijah Burke?
Wow. Elijah Burke. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm wowed. Rick, did you do that one?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
2-1. All right, Rick, this one goes to you. You want to guess?
The Repo Man.
Yes, the Repo
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Right? Well, you got a softball too, Clay.
That's true. That's true.
All right, this one go to you. It's tied 2-2. Here you go.
We've had this before too. Is that Summer Rae?
No, it is not. Rick, for the steal.
Is that Dawn Marie?
No, it is not. It is Eva Marie.
Oh.
Eva Marie. So it's still tied at 2, right?
Yep.
All right, goes to Rick.
Yeah.
Could be ahead 3-2. Here you go.
Sheamus.
Yes, Sheamus.
Yes.
I think it was his first one, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lobster head. Yeah, that.
Yeah. All right, Rick's up 3-2. Clay, you gotta catch up now. You gotta play catch up. Sorry.
I ain't the lady to mess with.
Is that Victoria?
Yes, Victoria. Tied at 3, right? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Rick, this one goes to you.
Is that Snitsky?
No, it is not. Clay, this goes to you.
Is that Psycho Sid?
No, it is not. I'm surprised that you guys are saying that because they said the name in the beginning.
Really?
Yes, Brian Pillman.
Really?
Yes. Listen very closely in the beginning. I'll play it again. Right there. I thought you was gonna get her with that because you go, oh man, that's creepy. All right, nobody got that one. Who's it on?
Clay.
Clay.
Yep.
You can be ahead. Wait, no. What is the score?
Yeah, it's 3-3.
It's 3-3. Okay, well, yeah, he can be ahead with this one.
Is that the Headbangers?
No, it is not. Rick for the steal.
I'm going with Roddy Piper.
No, it is not.
It's the other guys.
Who?
I know.
Who?
It starts with an H.
Yes.
Highlanders.
Highlanders, yeah.
Dang it.
I knew that would throw you guys off. I knew it would. All right, still tied at 3. Goes to Rick. Here you go.
Yeah.
China.
Yes. You're up 4-3. Clay, you need this one for a tie.
I don't care what y'all say.
Trish Stratus.
Yes, Trish Stratus. Tied at 4. Can Rick get his title back?
Let's go, The Miz.
If it's The Miz, I swear. Oh my Lord.
That
right,
backfired on me.
Kevin Owens.
Yes, Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I got my baby back.
This is the first time, I think, for Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Wow.
At least it wasn't The Miz. I think that would backfired on my ass. If it was Miz.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, shit.
And you know what? Wrestling POV Global, Ricky Two Belts is back, baby.
Well, don't forget, is Elio going to be joining us tomorrow night?
He may be. But you know what? Now I know Highlanders. It's in my equilibrium.
There you go, Elio. The challenge has been set. Will you join us on the aftermath for Money in the Bank pay-per-view points game and go after that title, as you said, and said that he did say he was going to bring it back to Global.
We'll see.
He said that. He did.
Yeah.
All right. We don't own the rights.